Hey everybody, welcome back to the 9 Lives Till Midnight in Development Updates. I'm Brian Roth, Project Lead, and joining me as always, Tom the Code Mage Kenny, running the computers. Usually these updates have a lot more than just the two of us, a lot of leads from the team weighing in on this and that, but since we're in alpha now and we're crunching, it's time to get to work, and so we're having a skeleton crew running this today. What you're seeing right now is what's gonna happen to the player immediately when he enters the level. This is kind of our tutorial puzzle, where the pouncer of the bar approaches you and is like, "Hey, buddy, see that big gun in your holster? You're not allowed into the bar with that." So actually, if you try and go into the bar with it anyways, you get stopped automatically by him and sent back. It's pretty cool functionality that the tool has allowed us to use. But the point of this puzzle really is that, again, like I said, for a tutorial, it gives the player a chance to not only use their 9 lives ability, but to interact with NPCs directly. That's obviously a huge part of every adventure game, so the player needs to know how to do that.
We can go back and take the gun.
Yeah. So what we're going to do right now is actually go back in time and see if we can self-cooperate here. Now there's Sonny giving up his gun, just like before. But this time, we're going to pickpocket it straight from the pouncer. So while he's distracted, we have managed to steal our own gun back. And now we have free reign of the bar with our gun. And we're going to go back to the main timeline here. So now it's like it never happened, and we've got the gun. And that's important because we're in a mob-infested bar, and you definitely want to be protected. So what we're going to do right now is kind of go around and check out the bar here. Here's the fish tank, a really cool area of the bar. We've got a female NPC over there who's going to be playing with the fish. They're actually going to be running away from her hand as she kind of taps on the glass. Still a little work to do there. We're going to add some bubble particle effects and retexture the glass so that it actually looks a little more blue, and then put some cool mood lights on there. And speaking of cool mood lights, you can see your eyes are probably immediately drawn to the bar and this sleek, shifty animation as he kind of patrols the bar looking for anybody who's interested in a glass of milk. Shifty's our bartender. We also have a new bar tap POI up there that's going to factor into one of the puzzles. You're not going to see any more puzzles today. That'll probably be in the next update. They are currently in progress. Here's just more lighting showing off the awesome lighting, what it's done for our environment. We're also apparently showing off a miniature cat who this gray NPC has taken a particular fond interest in. Actually, that's just testing the dynamics on her dress. Here's the stage where we're testing out some lighting again, and the stage is pretty much where we put any assets that need to be added to the game. So you'll see a lot of T-posed characters, and that's just our way of reminding ourselves, hey, let's get some animations on these guys and get them moving, because we don't want them sitting there doing nothing on the stage. Next area over here you're going to see is a little bit of a raised, kind of not the VIC room proper, but a very important cat area nonetheless. It's going to be an area for some happenings, some posed NPCs, and just a little something to give our bar a little bit more flavor. Also, it's worth mentioning that we've got our music selected and picked out. It's got a great jazzy beat to it. All the playtesting we've done, unanimous. The playtesters are loving the music. They're feeling like it's giving us a pretty great vibe. Tom's taking us over right now to a card table where there's going to be a big puzzle implication for that card table later on in level 2. Really cool trick there. And again, here's more stuff to make the bar a little bit cat-like. We've got little paw prints on the floor. There's Frosty. Right now she kind of has a paw print on her face. We're redoing some of her textures. We're going to take that through a second pass. First thing we're going to do is make her white, like her name would suggest. Frosty implies a white cat. Probably do something about her face a little bit there. And also, our character artist, Brian, is working on a sexy red dress. And it's going to be looking really good. I got to preview it and can't wait to see it on our next update. This room right here is the office. No need for it anymore. We kind of thought we were going to need a more private, secluded area for gameplay, but turns out it's not needed in the puzzle, and if it's not needed in the puzzle, goodbye. Speaking of updated textures, Sonny himself has gone through a second pass. We've actually finally finalized done with a capital D, as our professor would say. Sonny's textures. We added the all-important whiskers to him. Really cements his cat-like look. Updated the textures on his vest, on his pants, on his shirt. Gave him the gun holster there and his that he's wearing on his shoulders. So he's looking sexy and he's looking like he's ready to rumble. A couple other huge additions to the game have been just the fact that we've been able to get some animations in, but most importantly, the camera system that's been worked on. The camera system is going to give our game a very cinematic feel, which is huge for any adventure game. If you've played Monkey Island or Sam & Max or Grim Fandango, you know that the camera adds so much to the game. So what the camera control obviously allows us to do is to really tightly script what the player viewing experience is going to be at any given time. And that, in conjunction with the tool that the programmers have already made, is giving us all the power we could have ever hoped for as designers. So what we've got here is an example of that. Tom right now is in the bathroom at a POI we created that basically is calling animations, and Sonny's playing these animations just in the next room, and the camera's sort of show you what some of these are. So what Tom's going to do is take us through some of these animations and sort of show off the power of the camera here. There's Sonny pulling out his gun, kind of giving it away. Get out of here, buddy. This is my bar. And then, of course, the dramatic holster. So after he scares off the mobsters, he's ready for a cigarette. So we play our smoking animation. You may be wondering why the gun is still in his hand. It's just something we gotta fix. We gotta handle the parenting of the items a little bit better. But right now the gun's just placeholder. Obviously, in the final build of the game, he won't be smoking his gun. So I like that part there right at the end when he ashes the cigarette. Alright, and he's a little bit tired from smoking and waving his gun around, so now he's going to have a seat. And we also have sitting animations, so if a character is sitting down, the player will still be able to interact with them. There's a little ambient scratching of the chin, but we can also have the NPCs give and receive items while they're sitting down. There you go, there's a little bit of a give there. So all the essentials as far as an adventure game goes are in there in terms of animation, and our animators are working really hard to make that a reality. There's his get up out of the chair animation. This is one of my favorites, the bribe. A little something for you, a little something for me. We can also show the talk. That's a pretty cool sequence. Programmers are working on layering some mouth movements on top of them anytime a voice acting clip is played, so that should give us a little bit better feel for it. And that's pretty much the progress we want to show you guys. Again, thanks for staying tuned on these, and the next one you're going to see is going to have a lot more gameplay in terms of puzzles, so we hope to see you there. Thanks again. We're 9 Lives Till Midnight.